Hi everyone, welcome back to Pokopia with me, Austin John. In our last episode, we finished up the Evolution row homes, and I love them. Cannot say that enough. We also got done with the Pseudo-Wudo plant shop, which I think is very nice. I had a great idea. So in this town, I have all of the Hitmon family. Tyrogue, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, and Hitmontop. Hitmontop likes exercise, group activities, fabrics, stone, round, and sweet flavors. Hitmonchan likes the exact same thing. And Hitmonlee likes the exact same thing with the difference of spicy flavors over sweet. And Tyrogue is the exact same thing as Hitmonlee. All four of them, if I just bring the exact same four Pokemon into this place, they're going to love it. And here's my plan. You ready? You ready? I'm going to build a gym. Not a Pokemon gym, a real gym, a fitness gym. A place for these four Pokemon to hang out. And all four of them are traders. So, we are going to build a big gym, a mega gym, a Globo gym.
And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be stuck with what you got.
Because Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, Hitmontop, and Tyrogue understand that ugliness and fatness are genetic disorders, much like baldness or necrophilia. And it's only your fault if you don't hate yourself enough to do something about it. And that's where Globo Gym comes in.
Yeah!
So right here, in this massive plot of land, I think would be a great place for us to put down our gym. This is also the only place that I'm not actually restricted by like the size and dimensions of stuff. I didn't even finish building this all the way up to the clouds. Yeah, that's the museum area. It's still a work in progress. We're gonna do more museum stuff, I promise. But also the word gym is a very small word, and it might be the first building that I can actually label. Big glass front side because you have to see all the pretty people inside who are prettier than us, Hitmonchan mostly. And then you walk inside and we're gonna have 4 trading tables. That way the Pokemon could do their selling in there of all their fitness products, their proteins and their protein shakes. And listen, sometimes those protein shakes, they taste like a milkshake, but they're 173,000 grams of protein, and there's creatine in there and peanut butter, and oh, I love it. So do dogs. And then we're gonna have the fitness area. We're gonna have a lot of soft stuff. We're gonna have a bunch of machines, and I think it's gonna be good. And I looked over the Globo Gym ad from Dodgeball. That's what I was quoting before, if you're not familiar. And they never actually show the front of the building. In fact, I don't think they show the front of the building ever in the show. I mean, the commercial was just in a round glass building. And then that's where Average Joe's was. It was, you know, some sad little thing. Wait, it was filmed at a place called the Dirty Sanchez Bar. There is the big New Year's Eve purple gym, and that one is very easy to replicate. It's a Kmart with a nice storefront on the front of it. Gym building. Los Angeles Fitness, also just big iconic front and glass. Okay, it really seems like there's 2 options for gyms. It's either going to be glass or not glass, and it's going to be warehouse. That's it. This one is stone and it's cool, but yeah, it's just, oh, actually, I really like this. What is this? Modern gym and fitness building on ground 3D illusion. Okay, so it's just like a 3D file. I really like this. We're making this. Magnemite lift makes it so very, very easy to come in here and be like, yes, I need very large block letters on the side of this building, and I know exactly where they have to go. And just being able to like perfectly put them in place makes life, there are so many games I've played that I wish I had this ability. Yeah, and that says gym. It's much larger than I need it to be, but we need everyone to know that this is where our gym is. Also, now that I'm looking at this rough wall, I think I want to paint all of the rough wall purple and like give it a powerful pop color, know what I mean? And why purple requires pink and blue instead of red and blue, I have no idea. Also, this is not very purple looking. That's very pink. Oh, the darker purple is red and blue, but that's still not very blue looking. Yeah, I guess it's purple. It's not as purple as I want or need it to be. Mauve, is that the right thing? Wait a second, I have power tools and I could just do color picker. Oh no, according to color picker, this is purple. I mean, it's not nearly as purple as like the purple I'm using for the cash registers, which is the kitchen counter, but yeah, that is purple. Charmander gave me flower seeds as proof that we're BFFs. Does that mean that we have max affection? Nope, still no heart icon. Okay, apparently he still needs to love me more. Whenever you need a wall to look a real color, iron plating. See, that looks purple. I just remembered something. I can't read. So, instead, I put barbells up there. It kind of... Okay. I want you to not see two giant eyes and a big purple mouth. I want you to not see that, okay? I want you to see barbells and an entranceway. Because now I can't not see it. And like, it's some big slug that goes all the way back. Okay, by changing it to proper plate distribution, because your bigger plate's supposed to be on the inside, I think that works a lot better. Maybe something other than just purple there? Okay, after trying out like 15 different blocks, I think I have a great idea. Cube lights painted purple. Yeah, that's doing it for me. Great. I could also grab the Pokeball wall light and then just do that straight across. I might. Okay, I'm saving that option for the future. Wait, hang on, come here, come closer to the mic.
Yeah.
I was explaining to Nicolette, because she still hasn't even moved past the first area of the game, that Pokemon can't read, and like if I look at items like inside of here where it's like grubby papers, there's lots of words in here, and then I explained Pokemon can't read. And she said she had the best idea for what my next build should be, which should be...
Obviously, the Derek Zoolander School for Kids Who Can't Read Good and Want to Do Other Thing Good Too.
We're sticking with the dodgeball theme. Tell you what, you should be in charge of my Pinterest thought board on buildings now. But it's actually all just quotes from early 2000s movies. Yeah. We're gonna make a Talladega Nights racetrack too. You know, I think this gym is gymmin'. I, for right now, don't know if I'm sold on it. You used the warning wall. You know what? No, I hate it. Oh, but concrete wall kind of works. I think I like the concrete for right now. Okay, cool. So we're gonna keep that for there. This is the entranceway, and I think it's doing a very good job on giving gym. For some reason, there's always the one automatic door, and then the rest of them are not automatic doors. Here we have the 4 places that the Pokemon can sell all the proteins and nutrient supplements. Awesome. And then over here is going to be the workout area. Now, I am so thankful that I already know that foundations look like workout mats. So, like, for one specific fitness area, I could just put down these, and then that's going to be like where this portion of circuit training is done, and then over here we could put down those, and it's just nice, flat, colorful. And if you look at it, it has like that texture that the soft mats have. Like, that definitely works for me. Sorry for this very bright yellow screen. If I turn the face cam on right now, it looks like I should be in The Simpsons, or something's wrong with my liver. I think I want to continue the concrete blocks that I'm using as floor for the perimeter. And then in the back, which is going to be the real hit of this place, we are going to put down a locker room with showers and things like that. But also, we're going to put in a sauna. Yeah. I'm not opposed to the idea of it being like a wellness spa with more of an emphasis on like the hot tubs and stuff. While I'm working on this, I'm really enjoying how much natural light is coming in. And I know that a lot of gyms typically have skylights just to reduce the amount of electricity that they need. Plus, you know, all of their electricity is going to HVAC in the first place. So I'm just going to go ahead and put down glass roof in a pattern like this. I'm not too sure what I'm doing with the ends yet, so don't ask me. But this is what I'm going to be doing up here. And I don't know how well it's going to let light in. I knew that when I decided to make a city, a lot of my gameplay time was going to look exactly like this. And just to let you know, this is most of the stuff I'm cutting out of the video. I love the pattern that this glass, that the sun coming through, like, projects on the ground. Like, this has plaza feel. This has so much potential going forward. Plus, it's fairly bright here. I mean, you know, obviously there's a shadow pattern casted, but still fairly bright. Okay, I'm now working on the shower room area, and I'm deciding to not do full height walls because, I mean, typically you don't have full height walls for like a shower environment like this, especially when it's like the, you know, not fully naked shower, but any sort of area like that. You have these little privacy areas. Put a little towel next to them, little towel next to them. Cool. Gonna put one towel on the left, one towel on the right. Over here, we're gonna put down the showers. And for the showers, I also brought with me, where do I want to put it? Right there. These grate floorings are pretty awesome. Dare I say better than great. I'm just going to put those there so that way they can act like a drain. I still need to make a bunch more walls, but I was in the middle of talking to all of my recyclers and making sure that they were recycling because they weren't recycling. And then it's always important to have sinks available. That way people can wash off. I need to put mirrors up here. And just to give it a little bit of environment, we're going to put a little trees down. Little trees. Make sure everyone's happy with little trees. I really do love this simple square tiling that I'm using for these bathroom walls. I think it's just so fitting. I'm probably going to want to make it 2 more wide, so I'm just going to put down these concrete blocks as like a placeholder. And that is pretty much the whole width. The whole width of this place, or depth I should say, finally put into place. Okay, I think I just need to go ahead and make a bunch more of these walls, put them in place, finish up the walls. I also built the shop floor instead of this carpet, and I kind of really like it. Maybe because the Pokemart, this is the floor, so it's like cemented in my mind that this is where transactions happen. I'm also going to go ahead and get the little hot springs thing going on over here. Maybe even put the water basin down as well. It's always a good idea to have a sink next to that area. Do I need seats here? I don't need seats here. I'm going to put seats inside of the hot tub. That way Pokemon can enjoy it more. Because they just love sitting in hot water. I mean, who doesn't? I also brought these vending machines with me, and we're going to put that right at the entrance. Getting the vending machine recipe was like such a great day for me. I also brought this bicycle with me because healthy people are going to be using their bicycles to get here. I just need to print a few more out. And then it's just a matter of putting down all of the gym equipment because there's going to be a lot of it. I also decided that the sides were going to remain solid. Also, one of the sides, the one that touches the museum, is touching the museum. So there's not really room for windows on this side. Maybe along the top, I don't know. I still haven't figured out what I'm doing for the roof of the museum. That's a later thing. Because I should also add this top row. Oh, do I have enough blocks? Oh, I'm so close. I'm so close. Please tell me there's more in the inventory. Yes! Barbells look much better when the barbells are not touching the top. But yeah, that's a gym, dude. I still don't know what I want to do for the lighting situation. I do really love this natural glass window ceiling thing going on. I need to throw a few more things in here, but as you guys know, interior decorating, probably not my strong suit, but architecture, love that stuff. You know what? For now, you just get blue modern carpeting. Nice and clean, one solid thing. Actually, I kind of like that. Kind of like that. I also really love using these kitchen counters as tables. Being able to paint the top and the side, it just adds so much life to it. Big fan. Big fan. Now the question is, do I want the Hitmon family to live at the registers? No, I kind of want to go ahead and set up these environments properly. All right, so I have this one right here. I mean, I'm just using the Hitmon top environment for all of them. So I guess I could assign all 3, and then, yeah, they're gonna definitely need some relaxation. This probably needs to be closer to the middle. That way all of them can reach it. Because get it, they're working out, and this is how you test your strength to see if you're strengthening or not. All right, hang on. First person mode. Feels like a gym bathroom. You walk in, there's the privacy divider here. Over here are the bathtubs. They could be more tucked away. I could put them, you know, into the corners, but I do want them kind of visible at a glance for, you know, visibility reasons. Put down some of the triangle flooring, and I really like how it just sort of breaks it up. Big fan. Over here we have the shower supplies. And then the back wall is all glass to let even more light in. All right, let's get some hot water and all of that in place, and the Pokemon who are going to live here forever. Actually, do I want this? Yes, I absolutely want that to be that, because that's what the bottom of hot tubs looks like. I gave Charmander a carrot, and this is like the 15th time he's talked to me today. Second time today I've played my super awesome and cool quiz game. Let's do it, Charmander, because we need max affection. Okay, Smarty Pants, show me what you know. Who is taller? Definitely Hitmontop. You're only 2 feet tall. Specifically 22 inches. I know, because I built a life-size Charmander, and he sits next to me all the time. That one. 22-inch Charmander. Hitmonchan, time for a new home, buddy. Now we need to go find Hitmontop and Tyrogue, and I have no idea where they are. Let me let you guys in on something. Whenever I need Pokemon to follow me, fast traveling back to home is the most powerful thing you can do. And you could also move your flag to your final location. So if the Pokemon are going to take too long to get there, I especially do this when I need to move them like down to my shore area or just far away from everything. This is how I do it. I put down the flag at the new location, find the Pokemon, and then I just fast travel. They're all there ready to go, and I don't need to stand around waiting. Ah, Hitmontop is cheering on Hitmonchan. That's nice of him. I also grabbed a bunch of rope, and I'm gonna go ahead and attach that over here so it's like a rope climb thing. That's a thing, right? People climb ropes at a gym. Actually, I don't want it too tall because then you could see into the bathrooms and that feels wrong. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put one block right there. And then we're gonna climb the rope there. That's where the rope climbing is. You know, if I'm doing it like that, I could put down a second one too. We get 3 ropes. I know. 3 ropes in this economy? That's right. We're here to work. Also, in case they're going to be doing some CrossFit, we have some tires. Where the tires going to go? Over here. Oh, Hitmontop is already asleep on the bench. Cool. I finally grabbed the mirrors for the bathroom. Now it's a spotless workstation. Charmander, can you tell me where Tyrogue is? He's probably at home right now. Okay, cool. Can you tell me where Hitmonlee is? I haven't seen him today, but use honey on his house. Thanks, guy. Okay, all 4 of them now live here. How you guys doing? Tyrogue, what would you like? You want food. That's what I thought. That's the reason I brought spicy carrot bread with me. You would like it if it was brighter. Okay, good feedback. Let's go make it brighter. I heard Lugia, and for the first time today, I was near my bell. So do you just give me the feather if I do this? I don't think they're all that special or anything, but hey, why not? Here you go. I got a silver feather. Can I, give you food? Can I make you happy? Nope. Okay. Okay, so you're just like Kyogre. You just come and now you're just standing there, and I'm sure you're gonna despawn at some point. So follow up from the Venusaur house. Remember I made Venusaur's environment on this office building that also has the garden, and we did the nice little outside patio area. This one. I put these chandeliers in, and the Pokemon did not say it was brighter. And now I'm under the impression that there's a vertical limit to the house and other environments, and that vertical limit is 3. So in theory, if the lights were 1 lower, then the Pokemon would be like, oh, it's brighter now, thank you. So I think that, oh wait, we also got Lugia's feather falling, because I did hear the second call, and then that's when I rang the bell. So I guess there's a sweet spot on when you can call the Pokemon after they drop their feather, and you can get double, so that's cool. Anyways, what I was saying, it would seem like the lamps are kind of your best bet, as they're, 3 tall exactly, and now we have lights. I don't know where Hitmontop went to. Is he in the shower? Yes, he's in the shower. He's singing in the shower. That's adorable. I made her home a little nicer. It's brighter now. What about Hitmonchan? I don't know where he went off to. Oh, and Espeon came to show up. Espeon, are you gonna go in the hot tub? If it was brighter. Bro, I just made it brighter. I'll make it more brighter. Is that more brighter for you? Okay, so maybe they do require 3 light sources in order for it to be bright enough. And what about Hitmonlee? What would you like, sir? You want some spicy food. That's why I got the spicy carrot bread for you. Well, Sudowoodo is great, so that's pretty nice. All 4 of them are just nice for right now. So we just need to see what they want later on or tomorrow or something else. But for right now, they are doing okay. Interestingly, Tyrantrum is awesome. I threw him in a house and ignored him ever since. But for some reason, he's living his best life. So, cool. Probably a good time for me to go ahead and check out my Cloud Island, Dream Island for the day. Still trying to get my last legendary, which is just going to be Suicune. By the way, guys, if you don't know, I have my Dream Island set up. That way people can come here using the goggles. You can't use the PC. And then if you need the various bushes and flowers and stuff, then they're all right here. You could 3D print them yourself. I'm also collecting all the grubby stuff and the music notes. Honestly, the only thing keeping me from filling this all out right now is that I just keep going to the Eevee Island in hopes of getting Suicune, but I just need to go ahead and put out the rest of the stuff. That way you guys can take photos of it, print it out yourself. Nice little resource. And I'm also focusing on the stuff that I'm presenting in the video that day. Know what I mean? What I'm working on now is I got all of the posters in the game and I've organized them into two categories. One is all of the things that are advertisements and not quote unquote art. So we have selling you a drink, selling you a cereal, selling you a credit card. This Paldean Tauros is used for an event like running of the bulls, a movie of the giant Sunflora, and this is the Oricorio dancer show. And then these, I'm not really too sure. I feel like this, not Houndstone, the baby Houndstone, whatever his name is, with all the Tatsugiri. Honestly, it feels like a birthday card or like a flyer for a birthday party, and I feel like that was kind of the point. What's the name of this? It's just called Balloon Poster. And this is Ice Cream Poster, and this one definitely feels like something you would see to advertise a specific brand of ice cream. And you know, this Toxel is enjoying it. These ones though are very art. Watercolor, and then especially that one up there and this one down here feel like photography, or, well, no, actually, with the way the pixels are on this one, it doesn't feel like photography. I don't know. But these two are like not hand-drawn watercolor like these are. And then these three, very art. And every art gallery that I've seen is mostly just, here is white wall, thing on wall. White wall, thing on wall. White wall, thing on wall. The ones that are more like thematic, or dark wall. The ones that are like more thematic will have like a red background, but like that's also just an empty frame up there. I'm not going to do that. White wall, thing on wall. White wall, thing on wall. So I'm going to do a white wall with things on wall. And if you've plundered the SSN as much as I have, you'll probably also have a lot of cloth wall. And I'm just going to set up like this. 3 tall and then 1 light at the top. And then the art is just going to go on the wall just like that. Nice and simple. I also made a bunch of these wall monitors that I think would be a nice thing to break it up and be like, okay, well, here's a photo of something on my journey that I took, my own art. Let me go ahead and lay this all out, figure out where things should be, and we'll take it from there. I think my favorite part about the cloth wall is it finally gives my twine something to do, because I don't really use it for anything. Also, the guest room wall, which is what I got from the SSN, that's what I've been using for that top row of trim. By the way, now that it's been a while since I needed to use Rock Smash, I've just been using these Lepa salads, or even just regular plain salad, because leaves are free. There we go. And this wall is going to be replaced with marble to fit with everything else. And now it's just a matter of figuring out the exact placement I want for things. And then, of course, you know, filling in the roof and all that stuff. But I wanted to have this along here to help run power across the whole thing. And now we have our lights on. Yes, good. Oh, that's pretty bright. What does it look like at night? I think it works. I'm not mad at it. I mean, clearly there's like a hot spot right in the middle of it. Like it wants to be right there, but obviously I'm not going to do that. Wait, what about the large ones? How do the large ones fit into this? The large ones look great. Just the small ones, not so much. It's also off-center, but that's fine. It's fine. It's not bothering me. It's not bothering me. It's not bothering me. Okay, so we're previewing this at night. That way we get like a good view on what it's going to look like, because eventually the ceiling is going to be on here and it's going to be just dark all the time. So you walk in and boom. All of the paintings are on the wall. I decided to have all the smaller ones over here. That way you get a nice view of them, right? Beautiful stuff. Back here, I have a photo I took of Ho-Oh and Lugia. Over here, I have a photo I took of Pikachu, and over here we have our larger art pieces that don't really mesh well with any one specific size or style or anything, and that's the reason they're all mix-matched. And I know that I really had the option between having them all at a taller height or a lower height, and this is just kind of how it ended up. Do I love it? No. Am I making the best out of the current situation? Yes. All of these are 2 wide, so I had to do double lights. All of these are 1 wide, so I did 1 single light. And with the amount of art that we have, that's how it's spaced out. So yeah, kind of want to change this floor. Let's go grab my elegant blue carpet. Actually, I just checked and I have a chest full of lumber. So I figured maybe instead of soft carpet, we focus on light wood, because that also feels fitting. Oh, the gym definitely needs some lights. Yeah, it does. Oh, this is nice. Okay, I'm gonna be good with this, especially since it's so dark in here and your focus is just on the wall. I think we're good. The only thing I would change in the future is I don't know if I need that blue trim around the top for the guest room. And maybe even making it black or the ceiling black to sort of like absorb the light more. That could be an option. But for as it stands for right now, I'm good with it. Little art gallery, little side piece in the museum. That's another room done, yay. The natural history wing, which has all of our fossils in here with all of our pin lights. And then in here we get to our integrated lighting in a much lower height room. Big fan of this. Our mysterious mural room, which I don't know if it's going to be a room or if it's just going to be here in the middle of the museum. Then we're going to have our artifact wing where Professor Tangrowth is going to live. And then we're going to have our artifacts on the wall and more microhabitats. So I just need to figure out what I'm doing with those. Cool. I'm in trouble. Okay. I wasn't expecting this. It's been too long. I can't undo it. Maybe if I undo 2 of them, but I was placing down more of the wireless power transmitters. And then I put this one down. There's no point in placing more of these. There is a limit to the amount of power transformers that you can place in the world. And this is news to me. This is big news, and I'm in trouble. Because how am I going to light an entire city if I can't do that? So yeah. Wait, what if I go back and forth between both of them? Okay, utility pole. Nope. Nope, it shares it. Well, this is not good. This is not good at all. My world is just going to be dark. Or we need to start relying on blocks that have built-in lights, like the Pokeball walls. I need to be more selective on where I put down my power transformers, because I have been snaking them everywhere. They are through walls, they're in walls, they're up walls. I have 5 here just to light everything in the room below me. Okay, I may have been a bit excessive with where I was putting these down. Luckily, I never filled in the floor, so I could just see all of them everywhere. So I have full access to just zoop around, find all of them wherever I hid them, and, you know, make them more efficient. In my pursuit to finish this one block, finally, I decided to take all of the rock dropping Pokemon, who there's still some more rocks on the ground over here, and move them into a building. This building. I hate the way this building looks so much. This is the rolling shutter, by the way. It's probably the last door you're gonna find, because you can only get it from 3D printing it until you're done with the entire Pokedex of the game. There was one on the Dev Island, and then the entrance to the last place in the game that you require the Pokedex to be complete. I decided to put, oh, it works great. It works great. I just got 22 stone. All right, so I don't even have to open this door. Here is that large house, and here are the 2 small houses that house Blissey and Bastodon, and then that's the other 3 stone droppers. So that's all 5 stone droppers. All of the back and corners of this are blocked off, so all of the stone will just land right here, and you can just get it while stopping by. The outside of the building is horrendous. I hate it so much. I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna put some bricks there, and I put the bricks there, and it is fugly. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was doing. I was watching a stand-up special, and I wasn't paying attention, and I just thought, I'm just gonna put some stuff down, and now I know why I don't do that ever. Regarding the wireless power transmitters, I removed some lights from some streets, and I reprogrammed everything, honestly. I took it all down, built it all back up, and here we are. But this building has to change. I don't know what I was going for. If I was going for like a firehouse? I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't. I wish I could. I don't have that ability. But I think I'm just gonna go for something like this. This Main Street USA, here are storefront things. I think this is gonna be good next to the flower shop, keep the commercial theme going on. This looks like a bar. This is a Moe's Tavern right here. The antiques building is nice, but I don't think I have the luxury of that much exposed glass because it's just gonna be the side of rock. I tell you, anytime that you're looking at brick and it looks too abrasive, brown brick is just so much cleaner and nicer and looks more natural and looks, you know, naturally weathered. Like, that is no longer a bright poppy brick that's standing out in the world. It's more subtle, it's quieter. Big fan. Can I just use this as an awning? Like, if I put a few of them next to each other? Like, is this, am I gonna be able to pull this off? You know what? It's doing it for me. I mean, the sizing of the building is off to actually go ahead and use these properly. Wait, did I do all? Nope, I didn't do all of it. Okay. But you know what? I like this. It looks like a sad building, and that's kind of the point. Hi, gamers. I just wanted to let you in on a building I found that I absolutely love the look, the architecture, and what it's inspiring me by. Which I've decided that this building here that's going to be right outside of Cycling Road is going to model after this. This building, the client is Entra ASA. I believe it was designed by Sweco. This is in Oslo, Norway. I just love the way this building looks, how it's angled, but it's actually blocky, especially on this side. If I go to Google Earth and I look at it, it was still clearly under construction here. Blank, boring wall actually ended up becoming a green wall. So it's porous, and they just put a whole bunch of seeds in there or wildflowers. I don't know any of the details. But I was just looking at it and I was intrigued by it. So I think, and then also if I look at the way that the block lines up here, instead of it going exactly with it, it does like this saw pattern. And it's also not anywhere near a right angle. So over here is also a smaller degree angle. And I don't know, I was fascinated by it. I love fascinating buildings that look weird, that break the norm, that aren't just a regular thing. Like this side, very regular, very normal. This side, fun, funky, intricate. Love everything about it. And also, hey, look, it's that same glass roof structure that we did for the gym. So I could let some light in here. And this being a outer perimeter building, I think it's going to act more like a facade than a real functional building. So I'm now looking at the idea of, do I want to do it coming out? I use these black rocks and mysterious stone to represent where it's going to be a wall piece and window pieces coming in on an angle. But then I feel like we're cutting too sharp over here, unless I now use this opportunity to do a fun, funky wall over here. And you know what? On this side, after that fun, funky wall, we could even like cut a little bit more aggressively. And where does that line us up with the street? Oh, like perfectly with the street. Yeah, I'm kind of digging this weird, funky layout. And then this side I could probably have go straight back, maybe even have it come out by one halfway down. This also gives me an opportunity to have a little bit of a, I guess for lack of a better term, like a walking plaza over here. This is just going to be like my opportunity to build some fun architecture that I normally can't do in my videos. So let's go ahead with it. Oh, also, when picking out building blocks for buildings, I decided to organize them much differently. So over here are all of my brick blocks. All of these clearly look like bricks, regular traditional bricks, all laid out. And then if I have any color variants like these brown bricks and these white stone pillar top, I think it's called, then I'm going to include that here just so I could quickly reference them. I have one of all of the various types of lumber that I have in the game. So like even, I think this is called the painted wall. The texture of it is clearly wood. And that's what I'm going off of. What is the texture? What is it giving me? Even though these ones are flatter and it's much more obvious on the dark than the light, these are clearly wood. The next bit is everything that's stone and tile. And I also included concrete here because I feel like it kind of fits in. I put marble here, so I figured I'd put concrete because they're both limestone, right? That includes all the fun, funky patterns, and I started dyeing some of them white. And I've noticed that for this broken tiling, it doesn't really change the color, it just desaturates it. And I feel like that could be used in a fun environment. I also want to see what the fish scales look like in white. And then I come to all the metal blocks and the flat blocks. Here's the Art Deco set that even though it's not, wait, no, it's crafted with Pokemetal. But like the surface of all these is just very, very flat, very easy to see. I included the cube light over here, even though it's not very flat, just because I also have the Pokeball light here and I know what the cube light is. It's a metal block. Next is all of my plaster, stucco, porous blocks. That way, in case I want something that looks a little bit more natural, great example. Here is 3/4 of the Pokemon Center set, and the texture of it is somewhat similar to the rough wall, because all of these are rough walls. Some are rougher than others, clearly. And then also, the concrete block, the one that's designed for the utility pole on top, I think I could use that for something, so I also put it here. And then at the end, I just have all of the soft things and obnoxious blocks. I also put these down east to west, that way I can see what they look like in direct light and then in shadow. Because some of these blocks have sort of a different feel. Oh, great example. Here's the Pokemon Center trim in regular and in white, and it's a metal block. Like that is very sheen, that is very metal compared to the more textured porous of all of the other bits. So now when I go to pick out what I want to make for a building, I'm going to look at, okay, well, if I have a fun, bright textured pattern going on one row, then I want a more flat block on a different row. Add some nice contrast to it without having clashing patterns. Hey gamers, so I just wanted to check in after going back and forth on the design, well, like actually a bunch of times. For the ground level, I decided to do these more subtle windows and they're above regular height because, well, I don't know how much I'm going to be decorating the insides quite yet. This one large wall is going to be the main entrance. I'm really loving these protruding walls just because I don't have a lot of options when it comes to things on the side of a building to add any sort of depth. And then I went back and forth with this pattern, and I ended up grabbing this weird one, the swirl print. While it does look, you know, I'm sure I could dye this and have like that proper Greek pattern going on. I just used it recessed by 1 to actually give depth to these large windows. I tried putting other windows in front, but I wasn't really crazy about them. And to save on blocks, and no one's ever going to see it, I just used a bunch of dirt, except for the visual ones, because otherwise it has that little border that you can see around. Now when it comes to the top row, I think I want to use these white Pokemon Center ones. Can I get away with this, or do I have to fill in that block? Oh, great. It doesn't have to be the same. Perfect. And now I'm actually going to be putting down a rooftop garden up here. Just because, I mean, that's what's on the original building in Norway. And it's not really a garden, it's just like an area that has some grass. So we'll have it come out 3 wide, and then, oh, I kind of really like that. I might even put some bushes up here, add some pizzazz to it. I want to go ahead and challenge myself to use the pop art set, just because I really like the blocks themselves. And I think for like a big loud front like this that like wants to grab attention, it would be pretty fitting. I think it's just this topmost block that's just so jarring compared to the rest of it. What if I just use that not on the outsides, but only like as a crossbeam? Okay, that looks pretty good. Especially considering now that we know that we have a restriction on how many power poles we could run throughout the city, and I'm restricted on, you know, where I could put lights down. So having the freedom to just have these blocks pre-illuminated, kind of a big fan. And by big fan, I mean, it's actually a necessity at this point. Yeah, switching that row to windows to help break it up, much better now. This is looking like a dope building. Like it's a little futuristic, a little modern, a little artsy. I'm really enjoying this. And we have our additional wall on the right that's going to be actually kind of different from the other 2 sides. And by side, I mean like this front entranceway. So yeah, excited for it, really. Full disclosure, I got a little burnt out trying to come up with different patterns to mimic like an intricate building in the real world. Kind of took a lot out of me. Started playing a game that came out during the Pokopia that I wanted to play, Slay the Spire 2, and I've been playing that for 4 days or so. So I kind of put this on hold to let my brain refresh, and I can come back to this process later or at a later time. With Pokemon Champions coming out, I still want to come back to Pokopia at a very minimum once a week. And this process of editing a video and watching back what I did, and I was like, oh, but now I could do this. It kind of re-inspires me and reinvigorates me to go back to it. Also, I learned that I can't paint the asphalt, and I cut out like a 10-minute rant about that. So I just can't paint the asphalt, and that makes me upset. But yeah, even though I'm ending this with that weird small stone building not revealing how it ends up looking, and this building not revealing how this ends up looking, I'm just going to cut it off here because this is sort of a pause point on my process of inspiration. And if you're in a similar boat, that's absolutely fine. You can come back to a project later with fresh eyes and use that refreshed stance to come up with a new idea. I also want to state right now, it's not just me playing video games, other games for the last week. I also completely renovated the guest room in our house, painted all the walls, built furniture, and got the nursery set up for me and my fiance. We have our daughter on the way, and strollers and car seats and all of these things needed to be a first-time parent, because that's coming up. That's coming up.
I also kind of want to start knocking out a lot more buildings. Like in this episode, I did a gym, I did just a whatever building, and I'm doing a big standout building. I have a lot of blocks to do. And at this rate, I need to finish 1 block a week to be done before Memorial Day. But I don't want to push myself and get too burnt out. So it's been a few days since the last video. It's going to be a few days until the next one, but I'm not abandoning it. It's not like it was for Animal Crossing during COVID. I just want to come at this at my own pace. Also, I started looking up some Minecraft inspiration builds, and there's some crazy looking buildings there. So we may take some inspiration from those in future videos. But yeah, I'm just signing off here. Thank you so much for checking out this video. And till next time, Austin John out.